Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is Shamira Gopal, and I'm here to reflect about what I did for weekly activities. So, the first question, what was my task is my weekly assessment is to develop Powtoon storyboard, logo, and poster for our awareness campaign, which is the mobile library campaign. And I wanted to show you that this is my poster. Can you see? Clear or not?
Yes.
Okay, and this is the logo of the awareness campaign. Can see?
Yes. Yeah, yes.
Okay, so what was the online IT tool that I used to complete the task is I used to make the logo and poster using the Canva app because Canva is free design and user-friendly program. Also, to develop the awareness campaign for poster, I generally utilize the storyboard app and also to create the awareness video based on the storyboard. So with that, we use the Powtoon app to create the video based on the storyboard. And also, I encountered a few problems and issues during the activity while using the online IT tool. So most of the aspects in the Canva app aren't available for me to do because I'm not using the enhanced version, which costs 30 ringgit every month. So as a result, I am capable to use the decorative elements that have already been prepared. Aside from that, I was able to design the logo and poster lah. And since this is my very first time using the storyboard app, it is also initially quite challenging for me and my group members to figure out how to begin the editing in the storyboard. However, once we learn how to do so through YouTube and other websites, we were still able to create and perfect storyline based on the awareness campaign, even though some elements require. Same goes to Powtoon also. It needed payments, so we initially feel confused at the time due to the time frame and also how to move the elements as well. However, each of our members took turns editing correctly until the conclusion. And my friend's account and make a little bit of edits to the upgraded version elements and posters. So I'm really thankful to my friend Sarah because she literally helped me to borrow her account and then for me to actually use all the creative decorative items. So how do I feel about the online IT after I completed my task? It's after using these online assets, I feel useful and handy also at the same time because I believe it is crucial for us to improve our skills in order to produce high such quality logos, poster, and other things. So my experience and the fact that I made a lot of posters when I was in school led me to believe that my skills had significantly improved. And in the future, I hope that I can modify many tools to create a better version of myself doing the editing and designing. Last but not least, what did I learn through this activity is since this PC is for IT skills, which I enhance it by using more than one tools to learn to make posters and whatnot. I also learned that cooperation and time management skills should be emphasized since making awareness videos and is more difficult than it seems. So to produce an outstanding result, everyone must contribute. There are many assignments and projects that need to be completed within this period of time. So I developed time management skills so that I could finish my work without dragging it off. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Sorry, guys. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
this is the mobile library logo that I've designed. So basically, I've used an editing tool online. So this editing tool is quite simple. I use this editing tool to make sure that it focuses on our goal, which is mobile library. And I use the symbol of the tire to make sure that it resembles something that is mobile. And also the book makes us to think that it's about library. Thus, the logo represents mobile library campaign. So another task, so the next task would be the poster. So Okay, wait guys, I'll show you the poster. So this is the poster. Can everyone see the poster?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the poster, and I use Canva to design this mobile library poster. So what was the IT tools that I used was Canva, because Canva is a simple editing website. It's also free in terms of when you sign in, it's free, so you can edit certain different types of posters, presentations, and etc. And it has a premium version as well. So if you want a premium version, you have to uh, pay for the premium version. It has better download quality and better features in the premium version. But as a beginner myself, for me, creating posters was very easy using this Canva tool. Furthermore, this Canva tool has everything that you need to actually learn, and also as a beginner yourself, you can actually have more creative ideas using Canva as well. And furthermore, uh, in another IT tool that I use is called edit.co. So in that tool, you actually have to create your own version of shapes and lines, where you have to drag the icons as well. And in that tool, I think it was quite difficult compared to Canva. So those are the tools that I used to edit the poster and the logo. And what was the problems that I encountered during the activity and using the online tools was, in Canva, it was more simpler because in terms of elements, it has more easily accessible elements as well. So like the pictures of the books, the flowers, and different types of fonts, it was more accessible in Canva. And in the other IT tool, I couldn't find as much elements online. And also during the process of creating this poster, I had trouble figuring out what was the main theme or main main message. So in terms of mobile library campaign, I thought it was something related to just about mobile library, but I had to include other elements as well to make the posters more interesting. So initially my poster was very boring. I had no creative elements such as the colors of the background and so on. It was just the messages of the venue, date, time, and so on. So I had a bit of problem understanding what I should actually add on to the poster as well. And those were the challenges I faced. And for the uh, for the effort and the way I resolved first, I actually went through online and searched different types of posters for mobile library awareness, and I found that most of the posters had extra elements of books, and also colors that were actually attractive enough to attract students. So students usually are attracted to a poster that is bright and has information that actually attracts their eye. So I had to use colorful rainbows and so on to actually attract the students in terms of the poster design. And the effort was actually quite simple, because in Canva there's a lot of elements to actually include in the poster. So what I feel about after completing the task was, actually I had a lot of creative idea, but in terms of making it into a poster, I had to have certain limits to ensure that the poster is not fully packed with elements that are just confusing the people who are trying to see the poster. So that's what I feel about doing the poster, because I had to limit myself to ensure that the poster is simple enough but yet attractive enough to actually gain the attention of the viewers. And for the IT tool, I prefer Canva, because it's way more convenient than some other tools that I've used before. And also this Canva tool is actually very simple and very time efficient, uh, website or app that you can use, because it has a lot of features to enhance your creativity as a student and actually make your work less difficult. So what I learned throughout this activity was different types of styles and editing styles, because I did it in previous works during my STPM days. Canva is actually more convenient because there's a lot of pre-designed styles, so it's very easy for me to actually have that idea in my mind and directly search for the idea instead of creating my own visual elements. So Canva made me learn that there are many more elements that you can easily get to design rather than trying to find online. So those are the things that I learned throughout these activities. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, wait, let me share my logo. Okay, can you all see the logo?
Yes.
Okay, so good evening everyone. So this is my reflection for the weekly activities. So this is the logo for our awareness campaign. So our awareness campaign is on the mobile library, and the logo is a book, and there is a bus on the right side of the book, which represents a mobile library. This also represents that book can be carried anywhere, and knowledge can be gained anywhere and anytime. The slogan for our mobile library awareness campaign is "Move Wheels to Learn." So the meaning behind the slogan is we as campaign organizers, we wholeheartedly bring various books to you to provide a learning opportunity for everyone. So that is about the logo. Now we move on to the poster. Okay, so this is the poster. So as you can see, there are many books around the bus, which indicates students who take part in this campaign will come across the various books prepared for them. Furthermore, there is also a picture of a bus, which is surrounded by children holding and reading books. All in all, this poster portrays a friendly environment where students are welcome to explore our mobile library. So that is about the poster. So the questions, the first question is, what was your task? So these were the weekly tasks which is to come up with the poster and the logo. And then what was the IT tool used? So for the logo, I had used the logo maker app to create this logo. And then as for the poster, I had used Canva. And then the third question, what was the problem or issue that you encountered? Okay, so for the poster, as I used Canva, I did not have come across many issues as I'm used to using the Canva platform. But as for the logo making, as I mentioned before, I have used the logo maker app. So it was the first time for me to use the logo maker app. And in the beginning, it was quite tough as I didn't know how it works. But as time goes on, I managed to figure out how it works, and finally I managed to come up with the logo. And then for the fourth question, how was the problem resolved? As I mentioned before, for the logo maker app, I played around with the app, and once I figured out how to use it, I managed to overcome the problem. And then the fifth question, how do you feel about the online IT tool after you have completed your task? Okay, so for this, how do you feel about the online IT tool? Okay, for the Canva, I have no issues. I was happy of my outcome. And as for the logo, it was tough at first. I think I could have made it better, as maybe I didn't know how to use it properly, the app. So yeah, that was how I felt. All in all, I was satisfied with my logo and poster. So the last question, what did you learn through this activity? So in this activity, I learned that it is important to portray what you want to say through a poster or logo well, because when people look at our poster, they must have the thought to join or encourage themselves to participate in this mobile library campaign. So yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
Can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Sonika Siabalan. So I'm more with the first question. What was your task? My task is to edit a poster and logo for our awareness campaign, which is mobile library. So as you guys see the screen, this is my logo. So at first, there's a mobile library word to show that to show our motive, to show the main campaign that we are doing, which is mobile library, and the slogan word, which is move wheels to learn, which is to encourage the youngsters to um or encourage the youngsters to visit mobile library to learn or to add their knowledge. Okay, and as for the posters, okay, this is my poster, mobile library campaign with the SDG logo and our group logo there. So what was the online IT tool that I used to complete the task? For both logo and posters, I used Canva to complete my task. So what was the problem or issue that I encountered during the activity is that sometimes when I try to edit the logo, I tend to go overboard with the stickers and with the wordings. I make it into colorful posters, which is not really relevant to the idea that we are trying to deliver to the learners or youngsters. So according to the I shouldn't decorate the poster or logo according to my preference, but it should be relevant to the topic that we choose, which is mobile library. So that was one of the problem. Another one is that I tend to add more words to the logo or the poster. So if I use too many words or icons to the poster or the logo, then it will be look more complicated. And it for the viewers, they will think that it will be very complicated for them to know what we are trying to deliver to them, and they might not even interested to look or search more forward our motive behind our awareness campaign. And also moving on to the third question, how the problem no, moving on to the fourth question, how was my problem resolved is that when we have a class, PEC class, we usually asked clear my doubt in when during Sir Sharil Anwar's class or Sir Sharizal's class. So both of the lectures, they will explain to the evaluation. They do evaluation based on our group's logo and our posters. So based on their evaluation, then I'll change the logo and the poster. And also, I also I have a thought that I wanted to change. Maybe we don't have to use, maybe I don't have to use Canva, or maybe use a PowerPoint slide. But at the same time, I think that PowerPoint slide is not suitable because they don't have any much icons or stickers to use. So it will be look very plain, not more attractive compared to Canva. And the fifth question, how do I feel about the online IT tool after I've completed my task? Well, Canva is one of the interesting online tool to use to edit poster or logo, because they already gave you the sections. For example, they have logo and poster sections already prepared for you already, so you can just press them, and if you write the education, then they'll give you all the education related templates, which will be very useful and easier for you to edit them. And Canva at first was complicated, but eventually after I did all the presentations one by one, then I got to know it almost like you know how to play with the Canva slides and the icons, how to put the icons, how to use the stickers already. So it's much more easier now. And what did I learn through the activity? Okay, basically, again, Canva helped me to edit poster and logo very easily. And I get to play with my imagination. How should I pick my stickers? How should I pick my icons based on the mobile library? It must be relevant to it. If it's not relevant, then it is not gonna catch people's eye, or the viewers are not gonna be interested enough. And actually, mobile library topic is hard, but it is related to education. But so we have to be very careful on choosing the stickers, icons, and the wordings. Also, I learned teamwork because we managed to have our own meetings, and we come up with the ideas, and we finish the task on the time that chosen by the lecturers. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, hi everyone. Let me show you my logo and the poster first. Okay, can you all see my logo?
No,
No.
cannot.
Cannot. Oh,
Share
wait.
screen பண்ணுங்க.
Yeah. Yeah. Can see ya?
Yes, yes.
Right.
Yeah, can.
Okay, this is my logo, and this is my poster for mobile library campaign. Okay. Okay. What was my task is to create the logo and the poster for mobile campaign library. And what was the online IT tool that I used to complete the task is I used Canva to create the logo and the poster. The problem I was faced is some designs have to pay to use. So we have to be creative enough to use the limited design which is given by the Canva itself. So that's the issue I faced to create the logo and the poster. I even took some designs from design inspiration from Google so that I can make it even more easier. And then I always use Canva to create poster and logo and so on. So it was Canva helped me a lot to complete my tasks or assignments. And then I learned to use the Canva even more efficiently to get to used to it. So yeah, that's all from me.
Okay, first video will be Shamira's. Okay, is everyone ready?
Yes.
Samira. You can start your reflection.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Please.
We can hear you, Shamira.
Samira, you off your camera, then you talk, so your line will be stable.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, as you watch my both video, which is one is for banner, which is for the mentor-mentee session, and one more is poster, which is for ELC, which is the English Language Club. So that are the events that will be conducted by the ELC and also the mentor-mentee session. So the first question was, what is my task? As I mentioned earlier, my task is to create self-portfolios. The first two self-portfolios are to make the banner and the poster for mentor-mentee session and Hari Raya event respectively. Another two self-portfolios are to make the logo and poster for ELC, which is the English Language Club, for the upcoming event. So what was the tool, online IT tool that I used to complete the task is I used the Snappa app to create logos for both mentor and mentee sessions and also ELC. For poster, I used the friendly user app, which is the Canva. What was the problem or issue that I encountered during the activity? It's at first I'm satisfied and is using the Canva app, but since the self-portfolio requirement requires the usage of two different tools, I hardly research which the app to use to make a logo and banner. So it is quite difficult for me to select the appropriate app to make a logo because most of it is auto creation and I prefer manual creation over automatic creation. So eventually I found out this NEPA app through a website. So I just give it a shot and try to make as much as I can. So how was the problem resolved is that I asked a friend of mine who is knowledgeable about technology for advice. And then she advised me to use the Snappa app because it is widely used. So I decided to give it a shot for a few times and unexpectedly, I'm already adapted to it. So how am I feel about the online IT tool after I have completed my task? So as I previously mentioned, I've been editing and designing with the Canva app since the beginning. So as a result, I'm probably not very experienced with using other tools. So I was a bit worried, but I was so in that way, I can be more productive in the future and also to get the respect of others by using my IT talents. So what did I learn through the activity is that I tend to gain a lot of knowledge using IT tools such as Snappa because I've never used Snappa tools before in my life. So since I get the opportunity to use the different tools, it actually helped me to enhance my ability of using different kinds of tools. So I'm really grateful for that because I have the opportunity to actually showcase my skills to people and also probably I will get the offer from others to actually help them to create logos, poster and whatnot. So in that way, I probably can try to earn money from that. So yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
Hey everyone, so please take a look at my portfolio video. Okay, everyone, so that was my 2 portfolio self-individual tasks. So what I did was I went out from MSU. I didn't do anything related to MSU because in the guidelines they said there's options to actually create your own IT-based work without involving MSU as well, other companies as mentioned in the guidelines. So what I did was I emailed my my cousin who is the director of a logistics company. It's called Jaya Satu Haulage, Sandrian Bharat. So in a short span, I actually contacted him via email for official purposes. And thus he replied me, and in that email, I had my contact number as well. So that's why you can see the chat where I actually requested him for some time to do the Zoom meeting as well. So first tool I used to create the company's logo was Adobe Illustrator. So this designing software or app is very advanced. So most of the logos that you see in advertisements and all in the television as well is mostly designed by Illustrator app, because the features in that app is so advanced that normal students like us or people who are not taking graphic design as a main course to study will find it very difficult. So that's the tool that I used to create the logo, and the colors that I used was recommended by the company's director, Mr. Dinesh. So that was their theme color. So for the colors I used blue, light blue and yellow, and the design was a simple design, and I managed to get the feedback from the director himself. And the tools that I used was Adobe Illustrator, and in that tool in the video I managed to show a brief caption involving how I did the logo, and in that app itself there are many small tools such as pen tool, color tool, text tool, and so many tools. So that's one of the hardest way to create a logo if you do not know what you are doing. So I find that for the second task, I did a presentation for the company as well. So for the second task, I did a presentation. So in the guidelines, it mentions that I can do a presentation for a company as well. So I did choose presenting strategies to make the sales of the company go up. So I used a simple PowerPoint tool to actually edit the points and actually present to the company's director as well. So the problem and issue that I encountered during doing this activities is that, first of all, using Adobe Illustrator is very hard unless you have basic knowledge. So since I have prior knowledge, because I have designed magazines for my STPM college, and I learned everything from scratch. I didn't learn anything from anyone outside, and that was one of the difficult things. So any trouble that I encountered, I have to resolve myself as well through online tutorials and so on. So it's quite difficult to actually use Adobe Illustrator unless you have a bit experience in it. And the second tool for the PowerPoint is quite simple as well. You have to select the theme and the text and the fonts and the points that you have come up with. And another encounter was actually finding the right time to actually have the meeting with the director. So as you all know, a businessman is quite busy. So I had to call a few times to actually schedule a Zoom meeting while he was at home. So that was one of the encounters. And I actually resolved the problem by actually going through online tutorials on how to do certain designs and how to make it perfectly aligned with the design that they expect. So that's one of the efforts that I do. And I feel that this online tool, Adobe Illustrator, is a very advanced tool. So it'll take months to actually even understand what are the tools inside the app or the software. So I think I have gained more knowledge and experience using Illustrator compared to some other online applications which are very, very easy to access and come up with designs. So what did I learn through this activity is that in a short period of time, I managed to create a logo, and usually it'll take up a few hours, but since there's prior experience for me using the Illustrator app, I managed to get things done quickly, even though it's not my best work. But the director was quite impressed with my work as a beginner. So that's all from me for this portfolio task.
Do again.
Okay, start.
Okay, so that was my video for my portfolio. So before I get to the questions, let me just explain about the logo and the poster. So for the logo, as you can see, the logo is about a symbol on a blue rectangular shaped shape. So this is actually the Ainu flag, which they used to have before the Japanese colonization. So the reason I use the flag as a logo is to let everyone to become aware of the language and its identity, which can be shown by using the flag as it has now become endangered. As for the poster presents the many language booths which can be found during the exhibition competition. So the white color sphere with lines coming out of it indicates the different languages we have in our country. And despite that, we are still united and equal. So this poster also encourages participants to join the booth, not only to learn about the endangered language out there, but also to choose which booth is the eye-catching booth to them. So now we'll move on to the question. So for the first question, what was your task? So this is an individual portfolio task where we had to look for 2 clubs, subject lecturers, or any organization and create a logo and a poster for their event. So for me, for the first portfolio, I had did a logo and poster for the MSU ELC club. And for the second portfolio, I had made a logo and a poster for a project for one of our subjects. And the second question, what was the online IT tool that you used to complete the task? So for the creation of the poster, I had used Canva. And as for the logos, I have used the logo maker app. And the third question, what was the problem or issue that I encountered? So for the first issue, I had trouble on deciding on which club, organization, or lecturer should I approach to create the poster and logo, as at that time there wasn't any event happening. And as for the second issue, it was for me to figure out on how to use the logo maker, as it was my first time using it. And the next question was, how was the problem resolved? So for the first issue, after doing some exploring, I came across a friend who is a member of the ELC club at MSU, and I had asked if it were okay for me to create a logo and a poster for their club. Hence, she agreed to it. And as for the second event, we were having an exhibition for our project for a particular subject. And I had approached my subject lecturer and asked if I could create a poster for the exhibition and a logo for our group, and she agreed. And for the second issue, I had resolved it by trying to get to know the features and the functions of the logo maker and slowly starting to figure out on how it works and its functions. It was tough at first, but I did manage to explore and understand how it works in the end. And for the fifth question, how do you feel about the online IT tool? So all the IT tools that I had used in this portfolio is Canva and Logo Maker. I have personally utilized Canva for quite some time now, and I find it easy to use. And it was actually fun to use Canva with its many features. So as for the Logo Maker, it was my first time, but after exploring the app, I did find the app user-friendly and easy to use. As for the last question, what did you learn through this activity? So the first thing I learned is teamwork and good communication among group members is really important in being able to complete all the tasks assigned to us. And secondly, I learned the benefits of using IT software such as Canva, Logo Maker, and so on. And it helps us to convey important messages or information. And one of it is fast and attractive to the eyes of public, which will make them interested in getting to know more about the message being conveyed. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, next.
I'll go next.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Raymond, are you recording?
Three,
Okay. Can everyone hear me? Wow. Okay. Okay. So so that was my video, my first portfolio, which is about the title is designing logo and poster for the exhibition for the subject sociolinguistic. Now, first question, what was the task? The task was to design the logo and design with the permission of my social linguistic lecturer, Madam Izati, to create the logo and the poster for exhibition. And what was the online tool that I used to complete the task? To design the logo, I used Logo Makers, and for the poster, I used Canva. So what was the problem or issue that I encountered during the activity? Logo Maker was my first time experience using that app. I've never used that app before. So the problem that I faced was that Logo Makers, they don't have they have limited icons or stickers only. So the one that I wanted to find, the stickers, I couldn't find it easily. And if I type in their education, then they have a really mini stickers. So it's really hard for me to choose the related which I wanted to relate to the exhibition. And for Canva, no, I so far I have no problem in doing Canva in editing logo or poster in Canva. Moving on to the fourth question, how was the problem resolved? And as for the logo makers, I used whatever pictures or icons that I found in logo makers, as long as it is related to the education and language. And with that, I able to find the icons and stickers. And also, I tried to download from the Google, but I still couldn't do it. As for the Canva, I have no problem. And how do I feel about the online IT tools? Logo makers was hard, first time experience. So and if I have to upgrade it, I have to pay for it. So it's another problem for me. And as for Canva is one of the easiest to edit the logo and poster. Interesting tool to edit poster and to if I unless if we want to upgrade to premium, then we have to pay. But we don't have. But unless we wanted to go for another, then you have to pay for the premium Canva. And also, what did I learn through the activity? Well, it gave me first experience of using logo makers, my first time. So if in the future, if I have to edit any logo, then I'll use logo makers again. Even though it's hard, but it's okay. I'll take it as a challenge and do it. And I have my teammates. They helped me they gave me ideas which app that I can use to edit my logo and posters. And also lecturers, they gave me motivation and guidance to which app we must use. And of course, we must use more than one app to create our logo and poster. So with that, I able to have my experience in the logo makers app. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, next Anita.
I will complete that. I will complete that. Okay, that was my video of making logo and poster for the task. And yeah, the logo I did is for ICA Club, which is Indian Cultural Association. I am a one of the committee of the club. So I decided to create the logo and poster for the upcoming event, which is All Star 3.0, which is dancing and singing competition, will be held on 27th of August. So what was my task is to create the logo and poster for any club or any event, upcoming event. And what was the online IT tool that I used in the to complete the task is I used Logo Maker and also Canva. And what was the problem or issue I encountered during the activity is it was my first time using the Logo Maker. So since the requirement to complete the task is to use two IT tools, so I used Logo Maker and Canva. Since the Logo Maker was first time experience for me, it was quite hard for me to search the designs and the wordings and all that. For Canva, it was quite easy for me, but I was still beginner for the Canva, so it was compared to Logo Maker, it was quite easy. How was the problem solved is I asked my friends' opinion and also suggestion to use the Logo Maker because it was my first time. And also I did some I Googled some ideas to make the poster for because it was my first time doing poster for dance competition and singing competition, and it's also based on something based on Indian culture. So yeah, I Google it. And then how I feel about the online IT tools is I feel good and if it was effective for me because Canva I used to it, and for the Logo Maker it was good too. And what I learned throughout the activity is I get to improvise my creativity skills and also editing skills to throughout the activity, which is making logo and poster. So yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So from that, we can conclude our reflection video. So everyone has explained their videos and their opinions. So thank you all for joining this meeting. So I'll end this reflection video right here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.